Am I in for a treat today or what? Crazy Horse have invited me up here to their shop in Bury St Edmunds to ride this, the MV Agusta Brutale 1000 RR. 208 horsepower, 27 grand. Needless to say, I'm feeling extremely lucky to be here today. So we'll take a look around the bike because quite frankly, it's a thing of beauty in its own right. Then I've got the whole day to ride it and experience it on the road, and then after that, I'll sum up with whether I think it's worth that £27,000 price tag. But before we get started, a massive thank you to Pando Moto for sponsoring today's video. I've always absolutely loved their riding gear, so it's great to have them supporting the channel. They sent out this bomber jacket for me to wear in this video today, and I've been breaking it in for the last week or two, and I absolutely love it. You could totally wear this off the bike, but it does have elbow and shoulder armor that it ships with. There's a pocket in the back for a back protector. I love the detailing on the back, the quilted lining, and there's some nice little motorcycle specific touches like the cover for the zip here so it doesn't scratch the tank, an extra pocket here for just stashing your keys and goodies like that. I also have a couple of pairs of Pando jeans, and they're pretty much all I wear anytime I go out on the bike. I absolutely love them. They're as comfortable as a pair of regular jeans like Levi's, but with the protection of the armor, the abrasion resistance, and some nice stretchy patches so that they're super comfortable when you're tucked up on the bike. If you're interested in either of the products that I'm going to be wearing today, there's a discount code for a couple of weeks that's going to be in the description of this video. Head to their website, check them out. Thank you once again to Pando for sponsoring this video. So when I saw this bike in the pictures in the press release, I thought it was good looking, but in the flesh, it looks absolutely incredible. There's so much going on, so much to see. It makes all of the bikes look pretty damn boring. So I'm gonna talk through all my favorite bits on the bike from front to back so that I don't miss anything. First off, this headlight, it is a kind of traditional round shape, but of course, all the internals there are super modern. There's adaptive cornering headlights, so as the bike tilts, it'll light the inside of the turn. You've got a neat little MV logo that lights up here, and that red cross in the middle, I really like how that looks. There's a carbon surround around the headlight, and that's something that runs through the rest of the bike. There's absolutely loads of carbon bodywork here. So some on the air intakes here, around the tank, on the subframe, and then these carbon engine covers as well. So yeah, it does definitely have a bit of a premium feel to it. Of course, these winglets draw the eye on the front there. Is it even a super naked if it doesn't have winglets now? I don't think so. But it looks like as much effort has gone into the aesthetic design of these winglets as it has the engineering. I think they look absolutely great, and it's one of my favorite implementations of winglets on a motorcycle. There's a steel trellis frame here, quite subtle because it's painted black, but a little bit of Italian flair there. The tank has got loads of kind of interesting lines to it. I love how it slopes down aggressively towards the front end. It gives it a really hunched over, mean look. But for me, like other MVs, the best stuff is going on at the back end. So there's a nice little panel here with the MV logo at the base of the tank, and then that flows into this twin cushion seat design, carbon running between the gaps here. And then I actually think this pillion seat adds to the look of the bike. You wouldn't often say that for a sports bike because quite often people fit a cover or something like that. But this looks great. I like the white stitching. I like the perforation. The whole seat section just looks awesome. Let me just switch the lights on so you can see this tail light. I love the holes through here, the gaps, the way it curves all the way around the back. It just looks like no other bike on the market. And then you've got this 4x1x4 exhaust system, 2 exhausts either side. That has to be one of the best looking stock exhaust designs that's on the market at the moment. When you look at this bike square on from the back, it just looks incredible. I'm always a fan of a single-sided swing arm, that looks great. And there are even some nice touches around the dash here. So I really like how they've made a feature of the speedo mount with this beautiful billet aluminium construction, which I just think looks totally different to any other bike. They haven't tried to hide it. They've made it into an interesting looking feature in its own right. So that's the walk around. Obviously, I'm absolutely dying to get on the road, so I'll gear up and we'll get moving. But first, let's have a listen to those exhausts. got some nice quiet roads here because it's closed at one end, and there's some good corners down here, but you'll have to excuse me if there are some gaps in the commentary because this thing is a rocket ship, so I'm definitely concentrating, and also I don't know the road that well. Now the engine's everything you'd expect from a 208 horsepower inline 4. It absolutely loves to be revved, and when you do rev it, it will scare the shit out of you. You're never really going to be able to get the most out of it on the road, but it's still loads of fun in the mid-range, around 5,000 or 6,000 revs. You know, it feels nice and easy to ride, manageable, but still a bit of fun. And then it's when you bang it down a gear into second and get up towards 8,000, 9,000 revs, that's when the fun starts, and it's absolutely bonkers up there. As you'd expect from this top spec electronic Olin suspension, the ride is brilliant. It handles like it's on rails. It's 186 kilograms wet, I think. Brembo brakes, Stylema calipers, obviously a radial master cylinder, all that jazz. You know, in terms of the mechanical stuff, it really leaves nothing to be desired. Now, I was expecting the riding position to be super uncomfortable, just because it's such a performance orientated bike. Like, I was riding the Triumph limited edition Moto 2 Daytona last week. Loads of weight over your wrists at road speeds. Your legs are tucked up high, and after half an hour I was looking forward to getting off, but I can't actually say the same for this bike. I was thinking it would be like that, but it's pretty comfortable. Like, you can see that the clip-ons aren't that low, they're not mounted way down the forks there. The foot pegs are on cams as well, so you can adjust the position there, and the seat is super comfy. Firm, but definitely comfortable. I could ride this one for hours on end, and I couldn't say that of something like that Daytona. It was threatening to rain earlier, but it's brightened up now, so fortunately I've got nice dry roads. But in terms of rider aids, much like the mechanical stuff, I don't really think there's anything missing from this bike. So you've got a left-right button with a push as well on the switch gear there for accessing all the menus. So if you go through, you've got traction control level, ABS level, wheelie control level, throttle sensitivity, maximum engine torque, engine response speed, I guess, engine braking, rev limiter soft it says, so I guess there's different settings there. You can turn the quick shifter on and off. Suspension, so front compression, front rebound, rear compression, rear rebound, and then the steering damper is on auto. There's plenty to play with in there. It's really pretty comprehensive. The thing that I wanted to try out was launch control though. I'm not sure how wise that is, but I can always edit it out if I screw it up. Pull the clutch, engage first gear, full throttle. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know if I could do that. Hell! Okay. I don't want to piss the people off who live around here, and also I want to take this bike back in one piece. I don't know if you really caught that, but the front wheel was straight up. Oh my goodness, this bike is crazy. So clearly I've enjoyed myself today, but the question was, is it worth 27 grand? And I'm sure somebody has commented down below, probably after watching like 10 seconds of the video, saying that the Ducati V4 Street Fighter or V4S is like 10 grand cheaper. And if you compare the specs, they're like for like pretty similar. The hardware or the equipment is roughly equivalent. The technology as well, they're pretty much on a par. So you could argue that that's a better value for money bike, but I honestly don't think that's going to stop the people who are going to buy this bike from buying it. When you put those two bikes side by side, this is more of a crazy, over-the-top madness. It's a proper luxury toy. Not many of us have that sort of money to spend on a bike, but the people that do, you know, they want it to look like it's a 27 grand bike, and I think this, I think it fits the bill. Thanks so much to Crazy Horse for letting me take it out. Incredibly kind of them, and also to the mechanics who fished my drone out of the gutter above the reception of the shop when I slammed it full tilt into the side of the Crazy Horse building. So thanks for climbing up there, guys. And thanks again to Pando for sponsoring the video. Let me know what you think of the bike in the comments down below. And if you're new here and you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe and I'll catch you next time.